This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, hello everybody. Nice to see you. Nice to see you again. Um, I wanted to say in there will be a residential. I won't say it every time, but now it's just there will be a residential in September from 25 till 29, and it just finished everything on the website. There's also a bookings form, and if you open it, you see all the choices and the prices and everything. If it's not clear, please let me know. Then I will help you with that, or there's other questions maybe. So that will be great. It's in the north of Holland, in Terschelling. It's on an island. It's a holiday island, so it's a beautiful place. So I'm excited to go there. So maybe you want to see us there and meet us there. Will be great. Okay, it's a beautiful island. Yeah. um, there's only this. There's no before. There's no after. There was no meeting in New York. It only can be a memory. It can be asking questions about a meeting in New York. There's no New York. There's just the hand. And that's it. That's everything. There's no world. This is everything. And it's just this. It's everything what is seen, what is felt, what is heard. It's by the senses. And that's it. Everything is in appearance also. So nothing is real. It's real and unreal in the same time. It's apparently real. It's seeing people and seeing screens, but it's an apparent happening. It's not solid and real. What normally when there's me going on, everything seems real and solid and important, because if you are there and there's other people to deal with, or maybe a world to deal with, or think circumstances, and everything seems real, then it seems also very important, because it's about my life. It's about me, my life, and how can I deal with everything, and how can I make my life work, or make myself happy, or do nice things, and what's the best way to do it. A lot of questions about that. And there's no one, there's no life of me, there's just life happening by itself. There's no choice, there's no free will, there's this. And when there's me in the whole story and the dream of me, there is free will, there's choice, there seems to be I am here, I can choose to do things and make that happen. And there's a lot of thinking about what's the right choice or what's the right way to do things, and always thinking about what's wrong. So there's something wrong about when I don't feel good about myself after a situation. It seems like, oh, it's because I did say the wrong thing and I should have done something better. Maybe I can learn something about it or do something. Because it's always when there's me and the whole story of me, it's two things. It's right and wrong. That's, you could call it duality. It's right and wrong and everything else about that. There's before and after and everything about that. So it's always something underneath. Because when there's me, there seems to be something underneath everything that's right or wrong. And there's something not right yet. There's something not finished, not complete, not maybe missing, something like that. And there's a looking, there's a drive also, and it's an embodied drive. It's not only by thoughts or things like that, it's embodied, and it can be so strong to do things. Maybe there's something going on and it's not even in the mind, but it's just going, because that drive, that embodied drive can be so strong and so trying to find it and trying to do the right thing and maybe trying to escape also. This is everything. And what's also happening is there's nothing wrong and there's nothing right. It's what it is. There's no right or wrong. It's only in the dream there seems to be right and wrong. But it's just this, what's happening. That's it. It's not saying to yourself, oh, this is what's happening, because that's a new concept. What a lot of people are using now. Oh, that's what's happening, saying all the time. It can happen that there's saying that in the meeting because there's nearly no other way to describe this, like saying, oh, it's what's happening. But it doesn't mean that this is a new advice or a new way to speak to yourself and say, oh, they're saying that's just what's happening. So I say to myself when there's happening something, oh, that's what's happening, or it is what it is, or things like that. That is a new concept, trying to deal with things that happen, and maybe that doesn't feel right, nice, or something is not. So then you say, oh, it's what's happening, and then it's a bit like a bit comforting yourself. And that's the new concept. There are no concepts. When there's no me, everything is lost. No concepts, no beliefs. It's what it is. There's no escape. It's full on. Everything is just what it is. No, nothing trying to change it. And it's not someone trying to, not some, that there's not someone trying to change it. It doesn't come. The change, trying to change, it doesn't come up. So it's lost. It's free fall, and it's just what's happening. And that whole me structure system, that whole survival system, me is in a survival system. It's in a survival system, you could say. On top of that, there's me seeming to have a free will and choice to make the right decisions or doing the right thing to make you happy or feel good about yourself or about something else. And when that's lost, then really there's nothing lost also in the same time, because it was a dream. It was not real. It was only a really strong embodied belief that there's someone, and that's a free will and choice to do everything, and it's my life. And then suddenly it's lost, you could say, and in the same time it's not lost, because it was already no me. It's very obvious there never was a me. There's nothing going on about me or not me. There's just what's happening. And when there seems to be me, it seems like, oh, I can do it, or I have to lose my me, or all other things. There's no belief, there's also no doubt. But this is not like being sure. There's not being sure. It's what comes out, which is already the case, like here, like there. It's the same. It's just what comes out. That's what's being said. It's not me or you saying that. It's what comes out. So there's no choice in that. So there's also no right and wrong in anything. It's what it is, without any meaning, without any direction, or life hasn't life has no direction. When there's a story, there seems to be my life, and I'm going to someone, or going towards something. I'm learning, and I'm going then, and there seems to be time involved, and before and after. There's no time. Time is only in me. There's time in the story. You could say there's time. It's a construct. And me is it's full of constructs and beliefs, and trying to deal with everything, because everything is real and solid. So there seems to be a lot of things going on. And when there's hearing this message, it's like, oh, it's just this. It's very tiny, very simple and normal. It's just this. But you can't say it to yourself, because that's a new thing. So how can I deal with it? Oh, I can't deal with it. So there's nothing in your hands. It's not, you can't grasp it. Maybe there's an understanding, maybe it's not an understanding. It doesn't matter if there's understanding, because it's not about understanding. It can be understood, there can be concepts falling away, can be nice or much more easy, but there's no development. There's only this, and development seems to happen in time. So it's still the story of me going on. It's not wrong, it's just a story of me and the story of development and getting better. But it's still about me. My life is much more quiet or things like that. It isn't wrong because we're always thinking that when there's something not like the way I'm saying it or somebody else is saying, that it's still not happening. It's still not yet complete or things like that. It's exactly how it's going. That's it. There's nothing needed to change because it's already complete. It's the way the words are coming, the way the mouth is moving, or the mouth is moving, or the face is looking. It's everything. There's no thing that isn't it. It can't be not it. It's everything. So it's already there. It's the only thing there is. It's unconditional love. You could call it love. People say, oh, wow, love. But it's not the love that we know, like emotional love. It's the it's life is unconditional love. It's everything. And that's the unconditional. There are no conditions. There's nothing saying there are rules or when you behave like this, then it's okay. No, it's everything. That's the joy and the freedom. So we can talk about that and maybe there are questions, maybe you want to share something and we'll see what's going on. Oh, there's already a question, I see. Do you act upon impulse? No, there's no you. So there can be impulses like that, but that's everywhere. And on top of that, we think that's me doing that. That's what's lost. That's what's not there. It's the same with everybody because it's a dream that there's a belief like I'm doing it. There's already no one. So there can be impulses like that. Yeah, but that's it. It's not different as anywhere else. So if you want to say something or you ask, you can unmute yourself and we see what happens.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, hello.
So how do you plan for these meetings?
Planning happens, but we think we're doing it.
But is planning is a concept?
Yeah, there can be writing down like, oh, at 7 o'clock there's a meeting, and suddenly there's impulses. I don't know how you call it, but they're going and they're sitting here. And we think we are doing it. It's I'm thinking of it, and that's me, and that's in my life. It's pretty much the same, but there's nothing going on like I'm doing it, or this is my life, or this is the yeah, something like that. It's in that sense, there's no difference. Planning is not a construct. It's what can happen or
Is
not.
this, is
Yeah.
this in your experience from one day to the other, or is it like a gradual process?
No,
Like
it's no process. What is
well,
what do
you de-identify with certain things in life, I suppose.
um there what is lost is that there's nothing coming up like dealing with things or wanting to change it. All beliefs, all constructs, it's everything is lost.
But
That
from
in the story you could say that can be gradual, but it's just a story because we are always thinking it's happening in time because we think this is a body and inside the body there's Rose or somebody else and there's my life and every day I'm like a character and like that and the whole story of me. It's a dream. It's only this and that's so completely different as what we normally think because we think this is me or this is Rose and Rose was looking for no me, you could say that, and then suddenly Rose has no me anymore. Most people think like that. No, it's worse than that. There's no Rose.
Mhm.
That was the dream, that there's Rose and there was before and the whole story. No, there's no story. It's just everything is lost. Like there's just moving the hand, that's it. Nothing else than that. So no story at all. And still there can be living in the story and planning. That still goes on, but it's so obvious it's not real. It's so there's the seriousness and the importance just disappears.
Seriousness and the importance.
Yeah, the seriousness. Oh, this is really important. Oh, I have to.
Mm.
That no,
Mm.
that it's just not happening. It doesn't say. I don't say to myself, oh, it's not serious, because that's a
Mm.
new concept,
Mm.
and that's what we try to deal with, because we're looking for something to deal.
Mm.
And what this message is about, there's no need to deal with anything, because there's already no me. But that's the only thing we know, and we think, yeah, we don't hear everything. And then there's, yeah, but how can I? And then, because that there's me, that's, it feels like even it's not a concept. It's just like that or something. I had that. I don't know if everybody has that. There's no one. And there's, everything is an appearance, so it's not real. And when it's not only seen, but it's, yeah, how do you say it? It's obvious. It's like that. It doesn't mean that all the time you see through things or something like that. It's just the same, like watching television or seeing a cupboard or seeing the table, things like that.
So you wouldn't
But
say your vision or experience of sound or anything would change.
no,
That
no,
stays the
and that's
same.
no. But what is, it's impossible to say what is different, because how can you say, how do you? It's an appearance, and how can you say it? I can't say how it is. It's trying to describe. Well, that's impossible, because the way we describe everything is solid. That's the way how we describe things, like this is a table, or this is what felt, or a feeling, or everything is something. And when everything is lost, it's not something, it's everything. It's just what is, but that's already different, so you can't grasp it. You don't need to. It doesn't matter what is going on. We think it matters what's going on. No, not at all.
So are you in well, is there amazement then?
Amazement.
Yeah,
Yeah, can be there.
like everything is new constantly, I suppose.
Yeah. But it's not always very strong. Can be stronger or less stronger. But there's a wonder or something. But not always the same. But yeah, it's a wonder. It's new. So there's
And
nothing happening before. No.
what happens to the emotions?
Can be emotions, but it's not my emotion. It can be fear or laughter or anger. Tears can happen. Those emotions. Yeah. Sometimes I don't know. Not even knowing what the feeling is. Can be feelings, but I don't know. Then that's, for a while it's going like that. But nothing is busy with that. That's the strange thing. But it's not that I do that. I think, oh, I don't need to be busy with that. It's not. Afterwards, I think you can look at it and a little bit like, oh, what was going on? But even then, I don't know what was going on. But there's nothing coming. This is not coming up like, oh, what is this? And then trying to, yeah, think about what is going on. That is not coming.
So is it then sounds like meditation?
Oh, I don't know, but it's not what I do.
No.
It's just how it goes. It goes by itself. So there's no doer or so. There is never a doer, but we think we are doing it. That's the only difference, but it can be huge. Yeah.
I'll let somebody else ask a question.
It's okay. You can ask, you can go on if you want. Mm. Mm. What is amusement? Amusement. You mean amusing?
No, I meant amazement, like being in, like you're amazed by amazement. Yeah, like
yeah, yeah. Okay. Amazement. Oh yeah, somebody said. Oh no, that was it. Yeah, yeah. It's always yeah. It was already there. Amazement. Yeah. Mm.
What is a Dutch word for it, Rose?
Het is verwonderd, denk ik ook wel, zoiets dergelijks.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to ask. Yeah.
Mm.
Rose, there is a question between you. Forgot it.
Is there free will? Oh yeah. Oh sorry. Yeah, I said that. No, there's no free will. There's no one. So there's no one having a free will. Everything is like life is going. So there's no one doing it. There's what's happening, and on top of that, that's the normal way, or what we are used to, is that there's immediately it's so quick that you can't even notice it, but it's so quick that I'm doing that. That's because of I initiated, or I wanted it, or I did it. We think it's like that. But life is going by itself. It has nothing to do with us. I have that. Life has nothing to do with us. There's already no one. It's a misunderstanding. It's an illusion that there's someone inside that deciding. It's going by itself. And life is also not interested in you because there's already no you. So we are so convinced there's someone, and it's very important how I feel, and I have to deal with things so I feel good about myself or about what's going on. Life just goes.
I have a
It
question.
happens. Yeah.
I liked it when you said closer than close.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering about energy in the body. There's a sense of, something moving. And when you say closer than close, it feels as though that's the aliveness. And, does that relate at all to what?
Yeah. It's energy. It's energy. And then it be called like a feeling, or we have all names about what's going on. Well, it's energy or a sensation, or yeah. And it's not your energy. It's what we think when it happens inside the body. No, there's no inside the body. The borders, or we think the borders are here. There are no borders. That's the seeing of that. It seems like there are borders, but energy is one. So there's energy happening in space or in the room, and that's it. And we think, oh, when we feel it, oh, I feel it, and then everything goes on. But it's just energy, and that's in different. It feels different, or there's different hearing, or even seeing is also what is seen is the table is energy, tabling, or the life you could say, or energy, yeah, or sensations somewhere, yeah.
There's no need to manage that energy.
No, but also it's no need. There's no need. What we think that when there's me, it's my responsibility, or how do you think it? Like I want to feel good about myself, about something else. That's the main thing. I don't want pain and moving toward, and I want to be happy or feel good. So there's always a struggle trying to make things better, or doing anything to make that happen. And because we are so convinced that there's a free will and choice, and we think, oh, when it goes, it's by me, or when it not goes, oh my God, I did the wrong thing, or I did not enough, or things like that. So there's always that suffering about what's going on and about me doing right or wrong. And then there's already no one. There's hearing this message. There's already no one. So it's not about there's no right or wrong. There's can be pain or tables or but that's it. And on top of that, it's like, oh, pain. Oh, that's not nice. Oh, I want something else. And then the whole story starts. It is just pain. So pain can happen. When there's the strange thing is also when there's pain and then there's thinking like, oh, what is this going on? It makes it even something and it becomes also something. And then it gets really focus on it now and everything goes on. It makes it worse also, but you can't do anything about it because that's also, it's not wrong. It can be so strong that jumping on it and trying to deal with it, that's the drive. It's just such a strong drive to make it right or feel good. And in the same time, there's no need. Oh, because it's everything. It's not, this message is not about feeling nice or going and trying to make your life more working or things like that. No, it's everything. It's about everything. So
So
pain.
if
Yeah.
there if there's no me, then
Yeah.
then the me isn't mine.
No, 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 that's it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it feels like when I go to work,
Mm,
you know, there's a I like working, but it feels
mm,
like there's a heavy me in that.
mm. No, that's just sitting, maybe, I don't know what you do, but maybe talking to someone. We make a whole story of it and then it becomes work and I'm going to work. That's just walking.
Yeah,
That's it. That's everything.
I do like my job, but
Yeah. But a job, it becomes it's so much together. You can't even, and it can be talking or, I don't know, sitting. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Mm.
Hey Rose,
Hi.
in me a voice says, I am real, I am real, I am real.
Mm,
And it
mm,
feels very known and convincing. And
yeah,
at the same time, it's frightened by this message.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Can be very strong. That, yeah, yeah. Most people don't even notice there's maybe something not wrong, not solid or not real. It's just normal. It's real. Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. And then suddenly hearing, oh, it's not. It's whoa. That can be even stronger. That voice or something else. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And at the same time, I have the feeling I can see right through it. It's like a mirage, screaming, screaming,
Mm,
and
yeah. Ah, both. Yeah.
yes,
Mm,
both.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 It's energetic. So then that's going on, and then something else is more like, oh, it's very obvious that this is an appearance, and then that, yeah. Mm. Has nothing to do with you. There's no development in that sense. There's what's happening, and that's it. There's no story, no going closer, something like that. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're seeing that's an appearance or being obvious or not, then that's it. for me, it feels like, no, that's still that going on. Well, yeah, me always wants something else at what's going on. Something that's so strong, and and you can't say, no, I don't want that anymore. Oh, that's still the same. So you can't get out of it. Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's a chat. There's a strong sense of confusion around what there was before being born. Any comment? Before being born. There's no being born. There's what is. There's no life, my life, and therefore there was something going on, like something or whatever. So there's no my life, so there's no being born or dying in the end or something. That's what's apparently is happening. That's everything. That's the only thing there is. Moving ahead. Table. It's not about us either. It's not about my life and what was before my life or whatever. No, there's what's happening, and that can be a chair. It's not more important than thinking about what am I doing. There can be that thought, but there's already no Rose or no somebody else. There's no one. That doesn't mean there's inside that person there is no one. No, there is no one. There's just that hand. That's it. And it's quickly, so it's you can't follow it. You can't be in the now because it's impossible. There's only now, so you can't miss it. It's just that. The Buddhists have a whole story before being born. Yeah, but there are a lot of stories. People love stories, of course, because then there's a continuation and development. So there's something going on. This can be very frightening and scaring that there's no me. There's not only no me because it's easy to say, oh, I don't want no me anymore. Yeah, of course, then still that whole rose goes on without a me, and that's more the jackpot, things like that. No, there's no jackpot. There's what is, and which is already, well, that's the awful thing of this mess. It's already this. So things like, yeah, I don't feel that. No, that you can't not feel it or not see. It's everything. But we think it's something. It's a certain feeling or a knowing or no. It can be that suddenly everything drops away. It's not even noticed. It can also happen.
Yeah, and then
Everything
it,
is. Oh, sorry. Hello.
yes,
Yeah, go on.
yeah, and then it's very clear there is no body.
Yeah. Yeah, the body is an appearance, so that there can be that, and then it's not about us. It is not that. It's just that hand, or the table, or eating cheese, a taste. No story. Wow, for me, it's like everything is a story. It's about me. How do I feel? What is going on? Oh, it's now going better. Oh, what is there? And it's all the time something like that. And when that's the identification, but it's also my identity. So then that's threatened because suddenly oh, it's not about identity. It's not about me. And it's that's death. Wow, that's something else. Mm. But it's also the freedom. Nothing matters. Not saying that to yourself, because that's a new concept, of course. You can't say to yourself nothing matters. Everything becomes very flat. It's everything, so but it doesn't matter what it is. It's everything already. So it can be pain. Doesn't mean like, oh yeah, now it's pain. No, of course not. Pain. Or I don't know. It can be anything. Yeah. Like little children. You see, that's maybe a good example, like seeing how little children, there's really little, there's no one in there, one going on, and everything like that, and nothing going on. I'm trying to change it. It's full on. That's it. And no coordinates. I think what is coordinates. No, it's in the story of me. It seems like there's something going on, and there's the world, and there's another place, and they have coordinates. I think that's what you mean. There's no world. It's a concept. So we can abstract everything. So we can understand, or watching the news, and there's a whole thing going on. Oh, there's something going on in that country, and then that's going on. We see some images, and then the brain that fills it in, and there's a whole story about that, about what the information is about. It's information or story. This is a table. That's it. So what is it? I can't say what it is, because it's everything. How can you say what's everything? That's impossible. You can say something. You can, like seeing a watch, that's something you can mention. But what it is, it's everything. So whatever goes on is it. in that sense, it's very simple. You don't have to look for it. It's already what's happening. And if you don't see the apparent, oh, you can be busy with that. So what? Doesn't matter. Me is always busy with, oh, but I don't see it like that still. Or, oh, no, it feels in the, it's still something going on like, yeah, that maybe I think that's me. Me is so busy looking at that. That's what me has, that awareness of looking at yourself and watching and looking like, oh, is this it? Or is that it? Or is this not? That's makes it very complicated, but it's so the normal way. It's what it is. Can be looking at yourself. Then that's what's happening. That's life. Nothing wrong with that, of course not. So the body is not real, and saying the body is not real, is everything universal mind? No, that's just, no, that's, I don't know what that is. It's just what it is. So there are no words for it. That makes it very abstract for me. Universal mind. I don't know what that is. It's what it is. Moving a hand. That's simple.
Can I elaborate on coordinates?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe explain it a bit. What you meant by that.
Uh, when you talk, sometimes the story kind of gets pushed to the side of the appearance and it's not there. And there's still this sense of like the coordinate of here, and that there's something like a distance, or that the appearance is located in something or somewhere.
Ah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's when there's me, it feels like this is here, and there's always a distance. And then there's seeing that that's the way, that's an abstract way of looking at it. And it's making something, it's, how do you say that? You can see like, how it's so, I don't know how to say it. There can be a chair and it's over there. I don't know how to say it. And in the same time, there's no distance. But I'm seeing it's over there. But in the same time, there's no distance. So you can't, I can't explain that, how that is. No, no, I don't know. I don't know how to say that. There's no distance. No.
But does that make everything flat?
No. No, it's seeing that there's a seeing that it's over there. You could hand it's the same like everybody. And in the same time, and that's what's missed when there's only me, is everything is solid and real and there's distance. There's only seeing there's something there. It's 5 how many a meter there or something like that. And what is missed is that it's one. There's no distance. So there's distance, but in the same time, no, there's no distance. And everything seems real, but in the same time, it isn't real. It's not there. So, but how can you explain that? It can be suddenly seen, or suddenly like not only with the eyes, but suddenly like, oh, there's no distance. And how can you explain that? Because in real words, you can't say that, how that is. And nothing is real. It's not real. It's apparently real and it's still seen. How can you say everything seems solid? No, the part of it's seeing everything, but not the nothing side of that. That's the fear. It's the fear of nothing, that there's nothing, and that's what's going on. There seems to be, I'm something, and I'm really, everything is real, and I'm trying to make everything also real. Or it's not really thinking like that, but that's how that works. And it's going on like, because that's, you can grasp, and it feels safe and solid, and I'm walking on the floor that's really solid. So when suddenly that there's also talking about there's nothing. It's the fear of nothing, of death, of not being there. Wow, that's me. What doesn't want that? Because that threatens his existence. That there's
That kind of
nothing, and there's,
separation.
it's not only the separation, but it's separation in the sense that I'm here. Yeah. And that's the only thing there is.
But I find interesting when you mention things are solid.
Yeah.
To me, that sounds very much like this is solid, and that is solid, and then in between there's a negative space or a separation.
Yeah, that seems like in the story of me, it seems like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no separation.
But that's how that's when you say this is solid and that is solid, or maybe I misunderstand the way you describe it. Could you clarify that a bit?
No, there seems to be, when there's space, you can, maybe you see it as solid or not solid. I don't know. That it's more like seeing a chair, and seeing the body is as real and solid, like something. It's not something. It's nothing being everything. Apparently, and everything. You can't explain. I can't explain that. You can't even understand. It can't be understood. But me, this is a threat, because this is me wants everything to be wants. It sees like everything being solid. That makes it more, safe, you could say. And also, like, I'm an identity. I have a life, and but it needs a lot of energy to I would say, to maintain that all the time, because that it needs to be maintained. And when there's these meetings, that can happen, that's not seen or not confirmed. So that can't fell away a little bit, that it's not seen like that solid or that strong or that real anymore. You can't say how it is. That there's no distance. How can you say there's no distance or no time? Maybe somebody knows somewhere in holidays or so. But it's not only no time, it's also no before and no after. So all the concepts, we live in completely so many concepts, we don't even know. It's like everything seems like something, like before and it's after, and this is because of that, and there will be there in the future, and that really happened because I have pictures of that and memories, and everything makes it real. And then suddenly somebody in this message or somebody else saying like, no, there's only nothing. And it seems to be like there's apparently everything, but it's an appearance. It's not real. That shocks that whole being real, and I'm here, and that all that. It puts it out of the window, and it's like, oh wow. And there's a fear for nothing. There's a fear for black holes. Sorry?
In the story of Rose, did you find it hard to understand before?
Yeah, I thought I did. I thought I did when I going to Tony. I had a lot of knowing about this, and thought I understood completely. I never heard afterward. I was thinking about it, and I thought he never talked about an appearance. No, that wasn't that. I never heard that. I didn't hear that. Nothing about that. I just didn't hear that. And I thought I understood everything. And then suddenly that was more someplace, somewhere. Suddenly that fell away. That whole understanding fell away. That was a bit of a shock.
Understanding of thinking that you knew.
No, all the about this message that I'm not here and there's no free will and all that. There can be an understanding of that or being clear about that, but that can also fall away. Doesn't matter if it's understood or not. Wow, there's nothing.
But it looks like
Yeah.
it. There is nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah. But yeah, you can't, I won't say that because that's talking to someone and comforting me. You don't have to be afraid.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fear can
yeah.
happen.
Yes,
I
of
don't know.
course. Yeah. But yes, of course.
But it can feel
But
like that
yeah,
suddenly. Like I can
yeah,
understand. Yeah.
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 Oh, like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm, mm.
And they can be laughing about
Yeah. Yeah, we
yeah.
make up so many things about being scared of, I don't know. And then suddenly it can be like that. Something can just fall away like, huh? What's going on? Suddenly something falls away. That can happen. Yeah. Yeah. And somebody said, does this everything has a substance? No, it's an appearance. It's what we are talking about. This hasn't a substance. No. It's an appearance. It's and how do you say? I went in the desert and mirage, something like that.
What the fear is, I think, or what I can't,
Mm.
the block is that this is everything, but it's nowhere. It's nowhere.
Yeah, well, it's everywhere, and it's everywhere. There's nothing, and at the same time, it's everything. But it's not. I say it is nowhere. It's not in the sense of it's in a place. It's what it is. That's yeah. It's impossible to talk about it because it makes it so complicated. It's just what it is. That's it. Talking, a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a question in the chat about solidity.
Yeah. 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 It's a concept, but it's so like a belief and concept. They're so embodied and so yeah.
Yeah, is the
So
concept
it's
itself
like
what
that.
makes the solid?
Yeah.
Like
That's
it's
the
the
solid.
concept that's solid. It's not the thing that's solid. It's the
Yeah.
concept of the.
Yeah. In that sense. Yeah. Okay. But when talking like I find it difficult to talk like that because it makes it. Sometimes I think like, oh my God, can I say about that? Because it's just moving the hands. Yeah. Well, okay, you can ask it. For me, it's difficult because then it's so simple, and then I can't say sometimes what it is. So, well, keep on
To a
saying.
me, to me,
Huh?
things seem solid because the me has concepts
Mm,
of a table.
yeah, sure.
But
Yeah,
when the
yeah,
concepts drop, there's just empty appearances and there's no solidity anywhere.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's maybe the concepts that have the solidity or give the solidity.
Not really, because the concepts. It's
It's empty
just,
too. Yeah.
yeah, it's just nothing. It's not. It's also not real. It's just a concept there, and then where's the concept? So it's talking like that. It makes it a bit complicated. It's much more, doesn't matter about knowing that or understanding that. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I see it. Anita has a low battery. Okay. Oh, and now somebody said, I love the simplicity. Thank you. Yeah, but it's this message. This is so simple, and we tried, and that it doesn't matter if there's a new question like that. Just go on, because I don't say don't do that, because that's how it works. Maybe there are more questions like that, and just go for that. And there, for me, it's like, oh, that doesn't matter. It's okay. It's of okay. I don't know. It's not okay. It's sometimes a bit, okay. And that's it. Mm. But it's so simple. It's just looking and then seeing. And
Well,
then, yeah.
if it's just a hand,
Mm.
what about preferences? I mean, you probably really don't like certain flavors of
Mm.
food.
Mm. Yeah, can be. Yeah, it can come up like, oh no, not that. Oh, that coffee. Ugh, yeah, then that's happening. Yeah.
That's not a memory.
There can be a memory, and then thinking when somebody asks, so you say, oh no, no, not coffee or tea, or it can be a memory or not. Maybe it's forgotten. But it doesn't matter. Where does it go? It's just like that. Then there's a memory. It's not Rose. It's not Rose has a certain, is a personality with some preference. It can be. It makes it like someone.
A blueprint. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know. And suddenly there can be drinking tea or so, but yeah. And it can be a preference sometimes. But it's completely yeah, doesn't matter. And sometimes you have a preference and then it doesn't happen. It's the same everywhere. But it becomes something like something important, like this is my preference and I don't want something else, or I don't know. Yeah, it becomes this something, and there can be a preference and can happen or not, like that. It's just ook normal. When I can ook drinking something, sketchy, like that. Yeah, it's just normal. But it's new. It's new. It's just, oh, it's like that. Oh, it's like that. Yeah. Jan. Yeah. Say it, Jonas.
Hi, Rose.
Hi.
I just considered that all that appears is a kind of holographic universe, including all the feelings, all sensing, hearing, the appearance of appears at once, and it's already not there at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you agree in that?
Yeah. So there's no development.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. It's, we think, me think that there's a whole story with that. No, it's no story.
So everything would appear at once.
What appears?
Everything appears at once, simultaneously.
Yeah, it's what, yeah, at one. Yeah, it's what appears. Yeah. Yeah. But not only for me, it's like, it's also the table or a feeling, it's the same importance, like that. It's not
At the
about,
same time, a chair appear, a table appear, everything appears at once.
yeah.
Being happening and hearing happening, but for no one. And the appearance of a apparent person appears at the same time.
What and what the
The
last?
appearance of apparent persons appear at the same time.
Yeah,
So,
but yeah, but it's there, and it appears, and in the same time it's not there. That's also strange because we're so convinced it's really, or it appears to be, that's also real happening. But in the same time, it's not. It's an appearance, and it's in the same time it's not happening.
yeah.
How can you understand that? Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just had the thought that the me always uses itself as a reference point, and without the reference points, nothing can be said anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
To be real, or
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, there's no reference point. Yeah,
no.
that's it. And then you don't know what to say. It doesn't matter, but you don't. Yeah, you don't know then. Yeah, that's the Sophia can be because this is not knowing. It's not the not knowing or so. But whoa, I don't know. Whoa, yeah. So that, yeah, yeah. Knowing makes it safe, makes it I am someone who knows, and I am there, and can be, it gives a feeling of safety. There seems to be, well, it's a threatening world, like I'm here and everything is real and you don't know what's going to happen, and we have now then you try to be safe and knowing, so learning to know, so maybe next time it will not happen anymore. Oh, it's always some busy with that. And it's never safe. There's no safety. It's, you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. We try saying what about the weather? we want to know what's happening tomorrow with the weather. And then it's not happening because the weatherman was right or something like that, and everybody's angry. Because it's like, oh God, it's now snowing, and they said it's nice weather, but that's all the time. It's about everything, and we want to be safe. And life isn't safe. It's and it's not about us. Also, even worse, that love doesn't see there's someone here, and then we are grateful for life or for God or whoever. Like it's going well with me now, and then the next moment it's completely different. Can be anything. I don't know. It's the same here.
It's terrible that there's no safety.
Yeah. At the same time, I don't see where there's no whatever. It doesn't matter at all.
Aren't we safe all the time?
Sorry?
Aren't we safe all the time?
No.
What's
No.
safe? It's a concept.
Yeah, it's a concept. So there's no safety.
I think there is.
Oh, okay.
If there isn't, then it can be there.
Yeah.
If you can have negative, you can have positive.
Yeah, but that's feeling that you're capable of making your life work.
I feel so.
In a certain way. Yeah, sure. That's the dream.
Because what's safe?
There's no safe. That it's a concept. So there's just what's happening and not knowing. There's no knowing. It's free fall.
I know.
Yeah.
I know there's no knowing.
Yeah. Well, really not known. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Safe is, I mean, I think we associate it with the predictability, right? And that's not there.
Yeah. But what do you mean by we are safe then?
Well, to me, the description of not being safe feels chaotic and unrestful, not in peace.
Not in peace. Oh, it is chaotic. Life is chaotic.
Definitely.
I can agree with that. It's
Yeah.
chaotic. It doesn't
not
care
happening.
about us. Doesn't care about seeing people. It's injustice. Look at everything. It's injustice. It's just chaos. What's going on? It's not fair. Also, something like that. It's like that. It's just.
But then we get lost in concepts.
Yeah, but it's there's no one. So life isn't life or energy. It's just going. And safety is also a concept.
Sure.
And that's, you don't know. So you don't know. There's only, no, not knowing. Sounds a bit like, oh, not knowing. But we don't know. You don't know. It's just, I don't know. That's more it.
I am. I don't know, but I am.
That's the dream of me. Yeah. That's what me thinks that I am. And here is a suggestion that there's already no me.
Well, I am that energy.
Yeah, but there's no me. There can be energy, but it's not from someone or there's someone inside. It's what's happening, not for someone. There's a question. What were the signs for you after the death of me? The signs? There were no signs. There was when that whole that there was being in the story and then thinking about everything and trying to deal with what's going on, and then suddenly that wasn't going on anymore. Could say that. And it was also very obvious, like, oh, it's already what is. It's just what's happening. How could I not see it? It's so obvious and simple, but there can be so many concepts about anything. Yeah, then it's not seen or no, not only seen, it's something else. So there were no signs. It's just that. And that's it. And everything goes on. Nothing special or energetic anymore. Or nothing anymore. It's nothing special or energetic. Just normal. Oh, how someone knows he died. Oh yeah. Now that is the funny thing was that for me here that at the when everything stopped, then it was completely clear and everything was clear, and that fell away. So after a while, because I had there was somewhere still thinking, like when there's a tension, then that's me. There was still that going on. So there was some tension going on. And then suddenly I thought, oh God, me is back. And now it's still there. And but after a while, those thoughts didn't go on anymore because nothing was picking it up or something. I don't know how that worked. I forgot. I thought I forgot. Just after a while, I thought, oh, I was busy with that, but I completely forgot. Oh, is it still there? No, the tension wasn't there. So, oh, no. Then I forgot again. And it's like that. And then after a while, it didn't come back anymore because there was nothing grasping it or doing anything with it. But it wasn't noticed because the whole awareness or that noticing or looking at yourself wasn't there either. But that's when it's not there, it's not noticed because the noticing wasn't there. So, but also the doubt isn't there. So it's not walking around with, oh, there's no me anymore. No, there's nothing busy with that anymore. Or there's no saying like I'm sure, but there's also no doubt. So not being busy, nothing is busy with that. Yeah. So what I said before, this can happen without noticing, and somebody goes on without noticing, then there's that whole thing dropped. But because it's so normal, you forget it was there. It's so normal. It's not being busy with anything, but that's not something special. It's just normal. And I can't remember how it was before also. So the comparing, what's part of that me is always trying to compare with something that happened before. So I now feel better or something like that. That's also not coming. So I don't know. In that sense, also, it's not sure that before I was so much in the me and now it's not anymore. I don't know. I can't remember what was there before. So it's also not sure, but also no doubt. Strange. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Life is being in love. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It's being in love. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Not in love for someone of something, but in love. Yeah. Does attachments drop for you? Yeah, then no attachment because there's not seeing someone else too. It's not only that there's Rose or that's, but there's no one. There's no one. So it's not about seeing that because then it seems like, oh, I won't do that anymore. It's more than that. I can't say how you say that. So there's there's no one, never, or nowhere. So that it's energetic. That's it. So then the reaction is also energetic, seeing no one. So there will be no attachment. No, there can be a reaction. That's it. For no one. Mm. There's no goal or how do you say agenda. That's also not there. It's innocence. It's just what's going, and that's it. Not being busy with anything, and like a child. It's just that. Yeah. And it's being in love. Everything is unconditional love. So it's that person or that table or it's everything. So it doesn't matter who it is and doesn't mean you like everything, but it's being in love. Yeah, it's everything. And then when there's a meeting also, when there's asking a question and there's a response, some just comes. There's not seeing someone, there's not being busy with that person and trying to make it clear or trying to help or anything. It's just whoop, that's it. That's it. Not seeing everyone or someone. There's a question or something going on, and then there's a response. It's energetic. That's it. Yeah. And no, another one. But if the me drops, then there is no one alive. So things aren't interesting to someone. No, it's not like that. When that me drops, me is the whole, all the beliefs and concepts that it's energetic. It suddenly it can be not in once, but it's not there anymore. And then there's everything. It's aliveness. It's full on. It's everything, and it can be low energy. It can be full energy, but there's nothing trying to hide. It's just full on. It's naked. So it has nothing to do with, oh, everything is okay now. It's sometimes you hear people talking. It's so boring. Like, yeah, everything is okay now, and now there's no me anymore now, and blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. No, it's everything. It's like children. It's just full on, and that can be full or very normal, very quiet. But it's energetic, so it's alive. It's alive, so it's everything. It can be boring. Not boring. Can be really fiery. It can be, just sitting. It's everything. But there's no escape. There's no escape. And me is the escape. Me is trying to deal with everything, so will be safe. Doesn't feel awful feelings. Doesn't have shocks or trying to, and then life goes through that. Oh, boing. Oh, what's going on here? That's totally, and then trying to deal with that, so it will be safe and feel good about yourself, and then there's suddenly that whole control, that whole thing that's trying to be safe and trying to control, and just out of the window. Wow, it's walking on the street naked, and there's no defense or no nothing, and it's just there. And it can be anything. It's just walking, or suddenly somebody shouting, or I don't know, everything. But there's no escape. There's no defense. It's full on. It's alive. Doesn't mean it's nice. No, it's not always nice. But it's not, when there's me, there's something noticing and being busy with, oh, this is not nice. Oh, this is awful. Oh, what can I do? That whole thing is dropped too. So there's not, when there's like feelings like it's not awful, it's that's a bit strange to say. But because then there's nothing mentioning it or giving it a name or trying to escape or trying to change it. There's nothing going on. It's just that feeling full on in that, and walking like that, maybe, but I don't know. And then after a while it's something else, or there's walking. It's not being busy with anything. It's life.
There are some other chats.
Oh, it is not a state. No, it's not a state. Then it's not a state of complete happiness. I have to laugh when people say that. No, but what is life is joy. You could say that, but in a subtle, very subtle way. And there's, in the same time, it can be anger or tiredness, or walking on the street, or in the story, people do something that, it's irritation can be there. So it's full on. It's just that. It's everything. It's everything. Just life. It's the same as everywhere else. So you could say that whole structure or system trying to defend yourself or trying to do something to not being threatened or things like that, that's lost. So people think like, oh, I want to have that because it's complete innocence, it's silence, it's all those nice names. And they forget it's everything. So it's also war and also irritation and anything. Can be walking on ice with icy feet. I don't know. But it's just everything. It's just a normal everything. And there's no escape. I don't know. It's maybe it's funny to hear, but when there's something happening, it's not coming up how to deal with that. It's just I don't know. So it's full on, and there's nothing coming like how to do and what is this and oh can I? There's just nothing. So it's free fall. It's that. That's it. I'm shouting. I think it's so, but it's like that. This is a fiery.
There was another chat before this last question.
Oh, okay. Not possible to lose the love. No, there's only love. But we think love is something nice. But unconditional love is unconditional. So it's everything. So this is unconditional love, and that it's everyone and every table and everything is unconditional love. But we think it's love is something nice or whatever. When you're being in love that feels good, it's not that love, it's unconditional. So it's everything. And when it's unconditional, you can call it love because it's unconditional. It's the longing for there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing right either, but there's nothing wrong. That's amazing. That's what we long for, that there's nothing wrong, that there's just that what's going on, that's it. That's what this message is about. It's just what it is. There's nothing wrong. What a misunderstanding that there's something wrong. No, it's what it is. Can be anything. It's everything. So there's only love. Only, but it's unconditional. It's only love. Life is that. That's the freedom that it's everything. There's no this is that and this is not. No, it's everything. It's everything already. Wow. Wow, thank you. Thank you for all those questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you.
Goodbye.